Ain't I work a plan now? Can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player male. What you talking that funky, about my face, wearing that monkey. We didn't, not that, that might give you life advice. Get some money, get some money, get some money. Get some money, 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 get some money. Get some money, get some money. Get some money, get some money.
Go get some money. I say get some money. Go get some money.
I'm the best, and the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. People the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking nothing from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone. Sticking up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Being there, me, I make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavenly, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best.
It's week 5 of the NFL, and we'll get a look here at All-Pro Devontae Adams. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Raiders and the Eagles, and it's coming right up on
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Carr going to throw right away. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Here's a screen with Gainwell. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. On first down, Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Yeah, it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts in this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Got his target, Samuel. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. After one, 7-3 the score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Second down and goal. Carr. And it's caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal.
Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Carr now on 1st down. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That one goes for 24 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Rocky Sin there to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
For a second, I thought that looked pretty big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Hands it off out of the gun. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing is Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Carr. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. Caught out right by Renfro.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They go play action with Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Out of the gun now on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Hurts. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, they can make someone miss in the open field.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. In motion left is Watkins. On first and 10, it's Hurts.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's fourth.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Oh, and Elliott has pushed it to the right. It is no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Carr's throw here complete into the hands of Hurts. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Caught on the right side by Adams.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then dropped just inside of the 20. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good for an Eagles.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 2 jump plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on two-point plays as well.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
Ready.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Hurts to throw. Drops this one down to Gainwell. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They will run for it with Gainwell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Warrior 70. Hurry, hurry.
On 2nd and 10. Hurts going deep here for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, good move. And he's got room. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 72 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Play action. Here's Hurts. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Jacobs.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing his car on third down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And I think the game...